message today. I don't know. I love you guys so much. You know, I talked to Sean last night and had him watch that video. I think he was kind of mad at me about the video, not mentioning him. But in the same way, I didn't want you guys, getting attached to someone again. Me. And just incense. I do love it. I make this special blend, and it's amazing. And then I collected some pine sap. Well, the trees actually gave it to me, and I had to look. It was just like oozing out of the trees for me. In fact, I wanted to collect it. So, anyway, Sean and I are, discussing options about, having some brothers for you. And despite sometimes what I think, I know you know who he is. So, I wanted to, I called the state board of nursing today, and they won't let me come in. I'm going to go there anyways. And I called Anna, the lawyer. She didn't really do anything. Anyways, and she thinks that we have to, pay for my own personal belongings to be shipped here. She won't make house calls. I was kind enough to go up there and visit her in her office. Anyways, I'm just getting ready to start the day, and, I used to have that in my apartment in Golden Valley. She used to watch me all the time, so I moved her into the kitchen. Anyways, I tried. I had her some places here, and then I finally just moved her in to look out the window because, I wanted her to look down and watch what was going on in the world and see, sometimes I think she was a positive. I got it in Uptown, in this Thai place that, I won't name it because, I won't. They were eager to get rid of it, and then no one would buy it. So I was just like, I'll keep her. Your dad. Sometimes, besides myself. Anyways, you love Gipper. I know it's filled with all sorts of. I think sometimes my counsel, I talk to them sometimes, not in a crazy, recluse kind of, you'll know. Ooh, look at this. It's a crow's feather I was going to walk about one day. I was like, I actually walked through the Lord once and cried. I felt so bad. All the cages. And the trees were behind cages, and then the people were behind cages. I had this one idea of light beings that gathered energy and stuff from the suns. I could use that as an idea. It would be something. Anyways, so you would like this incense too. It's special. One of my favorites. It has benzoin in it, which smells like church always, but I used to use it when I lived in Wilmer, and everyone knew I was there. It would fill up the alleyway. I worked at the co-op next door with a really good friend of mine. And now, I haven't been able to find her either. You know, some people just, you know. So, I'm working on some things. You know, I want to bring magic back into my life. You know, and by that I mean real magic. The kind that you feel in your heart. I think Sean's on the same page. You know, ooh, I got this too. See, I found this. It was actually left for me. Well, you get the picture. See, I still got the little thing in here. I love YouTube so much. I love you. I hope you can hear this over the chanting. It's that stuff that puts Svea to sleep all the time. I love it. I still do. I just am like, you know. Anyways, I doubt Kelly will let me see you again. We're gonna fix that though. Speak to the ancestors again. You know, there's so many in our family that were so, I won't say it. I got a list. Not a bad list. Just a list. Well, I went through and deleted a whole bunch of things on my computer. Not anything of great importance, but things that I think were, I don't know, I just changed them. So look at this top card. Do you like this candle? It's been burning for a while. I like lighting candles and incense and stuff in here. It sets the tone. I've always liked, I quit running incense for a while because, well, some people didn't like it. They were so sneaking. Anyways, another card. Oh, this card, I will not even say that there's two eyes in a triangle. I always said something about that too. Well, I said that there were three eyes in a triangle. This card speaks volumes for what I mean to say. Not in a mean way, but just volumes. I wish I could tell you what they were. It has a symbol in it, in a circle. You'll find out. Yes, nine would know. Well, honey's, I'm gonna let you go. I mean, just for right now. You know, Daddy loves you. You're in my heart. You're in my heart. I love her so much. I hope she doesn't frighten me. I kind of got used to her, and I don't think she looks at me so much anymore as she looks at others. You know. But I always said that I learned and received gifts from people in my life for a purpose. This one Sufi I met, Baba something, he spoke to me in his eyes, and I can't even tell you what he said, because I can tell you what his sisters said. They spoke for him. But he spoke in his eyes when he looked at me, and I touched his hand. That gift. And the other ones, the Buddhist monks, and I swear this lady, she was not just a Buddhist, she was like a holy woman. I met her on the bus, I spoke with her. She actually was dressed in monk's clothing, and I thought, I was humbled in her presence. She went to the place where her brother owns. They used to say prayers. And they probably still do. Thousands and thousands of words of prayers. And it was like once a week or something they met up with other women and did these peace chants, to send energy into the atmosphere. I thought it was beautiful. I thought, wow, what devotion, what, I'm just thinking about other things to talk to you about. Oh, well, when I worked at St. Joe's, I took care of all these other holy men and women, the priests and the nuns. People always and when I was taking care of them, they always came to the room to show their respect. And I thought it was always funny. I always end up in these places taking care of these noble, holy people, and and they come from all over. Like when I was taking care of that Sufi guy, I walked into the room and the president of the university, there were people from Canada, people from all over the world, and they looked at me like, oh my God, what are you doing? And I just walked in the room and I was like, I knew right away he was dying, and I just was like, oh, this does not look good, but I didn't let them know that. And then I thought, and I'd visit him. I would come in, work early and go up there, and, some people thought that was ridiculous. I thought it was a sign of respect. And one time I cared for this little boy whose parents were arguing and fighting. And I don't know why I'm telling you this. They couldn't even be in the same room together because they couldn't stand each other, honestly. I would never do that to you. But I was there for them. I was there for them. Lately I've been having a problem dealing with, women. And normally I'm not that way. I'm normally really respectful of women and understanding, because I've seen both sides of stuff in my life, and I don't think that they will ever be able to reach me. They have no concept of my inner mind or my desires or my wants. And you're probably too young to know this, but Sean and I are in a partnered relationship. And I've been in other partnered relationships with men and women, and there's nothing really to hide about your sexuality. If you have questions or concerns or anything, I'm always here. You can always just say, Dad, what should I do? I will never judge you, never judge you at all. And I just think those people who judge people end up having to, in some karmic kind of sense, it's not my place. That's to be your judge. Live in yourself and blood. Maybe maybe somebody that you can turn to for questions and like, you can ask me anything. You know, I'm always here for you. So, I hope one day, we will be a family again. It'll be different now. It'll be Sean, me, you, and your brothers. And the other people in our family. They're really important to me. Part of why I let go of this struggle was to release that power that your mother had over me. Sean doesn't like it when I bring her up. But you need to know that giving up that only thing she had to hold me to, which was you, was actually the most freeing thing I ever did. Her power kind of operated. At least over me, which is very important. So, I think in many ways too that I wanted to just say how much I love you, the both of you, and the fight isn't over for you. I said I walked through hell for you. I stood in the face of it. And let it go further than anyone has ever gone before, for the two of you. I guess when they said I was the strongest in our family, they were right. Much of my teaching that I learned through my lifetimes has prepared me to take on a new challenge, or if you want to call it an opportunity, it's fine. There'll be a time when you have questions about your own lives. I think in some ways I hear those, the fears and stuff. I think other people who have hurt me in my life, I don't want to talk too much about pain, because mine is like dissolving. I do want to talk about like how you can communicate with me. You can send me messages. I wish I could sneak around and just visit you like a little invisible fairy. Or no. I think I have to. So, and you love the other stuff in this instance. I won't say what it is, because I want to show you one day. Let's look at this. That's on 13. I wrote about that. Not to you. Not to you. My precious to you. Not to you. I remember Svea, I used to, like, put my arm around you and just protect you. Mia, you too. You too. You had me too with the door slamming. And not being afraid of your feelings. I know that, Mia, you're going to be the one that talks about your feelings the most. Svea, you'll try to hide it, and you'll. I know what you'll be like. I can see it. Just think my spirit will, touch the world in the universe. I have so many ideas about what we could be. So, I don't know. I'm going to do this another 22. That's another time. In the places I need to be. I just... I don't know. Part of me is like... I won't say what that was. It's important to me. So important. You two are so important to me. I never stop loving you, thinking about you. I don't know what else to say. I love you so much, and there's nothing in this world or the next or anything that'll stop me from, finding you. I know that. I see you sometimes, and I haven't been over the time, but I'll just keep going. I see you sometimes. I don't know if you can feel it, but it makes my heart beat sometimes. Like just afraid what will happen one day when that happens. I don't think anybody really knows what I have in my heart. I know that I'm going to keep this body. I'm such a good father. I think others would have me be otherwise. I'm not surprising other people. My goal, that would shock people. I've always been somebody who's been interested in unification. I wanted to unbury the truth when they're used to. I'm so picky with some people. I belong to a lot of special groups that we talk about things. A diverse group. We live basically in the United Nations and we're in the our son and I have I've lived here before. Special times. Met special people then too that were like guides in a way. They were, I consider everyone a guide. And there's insights to be gained from different perspectives. The other day I was listening to this guy on park bench. He was like, I didn't judge him though, I just listened to his story. I used to do these stories about random quotes from strangers on the 2C bus. I thought it was important to have other people have a voice. And I know that you guys will hear me one day. What ashamed of me. They'd be like, how can you treat Steve like that? How can you treat our precious child like that? I know they would. My own grandmother, I was there when she died. Well, when her soul left her body. I lay down on the bed with her, and I was like, Grandma, just... She did. I didn't go back to see her because there was nothing. Not in our family got mad, but I was like, I can't go back out there. The women that took care of her, beautiful women, so kind. They were from India. Appropriate, she ended up there because of all the money she sent to India. And then the Indian women and men that I've met in my life, one in particular, I liked them so much. We danced together in Mexico, Mitten, and his wife. I won't say her name. She knows who she is. I liked her. She was so much fun. So I guess what I'm saying is that I want, I guess I wasn't there either when great-grandma, or your great-grandma, Frances died. I sent your mom down there. Your mom. My mom down there. Got her a ticket to fly down there to be with her when she died. Your grandmother went there. In the face. I once thought that I hated her. I don't hate her. Do you know what it is? I just had to say to her, I just can't have her in my life right now. I still love her. I made a promise at one time to be where I needed to be when it was her time, too. And, a lot of my old writings about her spirit, they were not what those were. I think in time, people took context out of it. But it was something of it was an outward expression of some feelings that I was having at the moment. And then I destroyed all the writing. I did that too another time, but Sean doesn't want me to talk about that. Sean and I's relationship has been difficult, but I always said that I was a little difficult to get to know right away in a relationship. It took a little while before other people were like, hey, I get it now. I don't have to I can be honest with you and just be like, oh, it's not going to hurt your feelings. No. It's not that I'm going to agree with it 100%. I'm just going to be like, that's your opinion. Of course, they are going to say that I'm in some things. See other things. Part of that comes from releasing what you know that they can hurt you. I did that on purpose. Told people how to hurt me. I always did. The devil. Anyways, so honeys, I'm gonna let you go, and I will talk to you later. I love you so much. I love you. I know the shadows are kind of... Ooh, do you like the picture up there? That was a rosary beads that I got. There's crystals from a friend who was... let's just say it. And then Sean has a wooden cross up there too. It's important. You would like everything here. It's beautiful. It's like you can commune with all the gods. I love you so much. Be blessed. You have my love and my heart.